Problem number 1 says, determine if the triangles with the following lengths are acute, right, or obtuse. So let's take a look at triangle A. So the sides are 6, 8, and 10. And to figure out if this is an acute, right, or obtuse triangle, so we don't know if it's a right triangle or a acute triangle or a obtuse triangle. So a right triangle has a right angle. Acute triangles have all three angles are acute. They're smaller than 90 degrees, or they're less than 90 degrees. And then a obtuse triangle has an angle that's greater than 90 degrees. So let's see what kind of triangle this is. Let's take a look at the Pythagorean theorem. That's what we have to use, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So basically for all of these, you are going to use this formula in some way. So if this triangle is a right triangle, then a squared plus b squared has to equal to c squared, okay? If it is so this is going to be a right triangle. But if it is a acute triangle, then a squared plus b squared, let's see, is going to be greater than c squared. So that's if it's an acute. And if it's a obtuse triangle, then a squared plus b squared is going to be less than c squared. Okay, now what does that mean? Well, let's go back to our sides. So they're giving you, one side is 6, another side is 8, and then the last side is 10. Okay, so this number is going to be your A, that's going to be your B, and this is, let me do little arrows, and this is going to be C. Let's use our formula, a squared plus b squared question mark c squared, because we don't know. I'm just putting a question mark because I don't know if it's going to be an equal sign, a greater than, or a less than sign. So I'm just going to put a question mark because I'm trying to figure that out. Okay, so we said a squared is 6, so we're going to write 6 squared plus b is your 8, so 8 squared question mark, we don't know what goes in there, and c squared is your 10, so you're going to write 10 squared. All right, so 6 squared means you're doing 6 times 6. So what's 6 times 6? That's 36. Plus 8 squared means you're doing 8 times 8, and what's 8 times 8? 64. And then question mark, we don't know what's going to go in there, equal than, less than, greater than, I don't know. And then 10 squared means you're doing 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So now let's keep solving. 36 plus 64 is 100. And this is, you know that this side is also 100. So does 100 equal 100? Yeah, so you're going to write equal sign because 100 equals 100. So So going back to our notes over here, if a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, that means you have a right triangle. So you're going to write it's a right triangle. And that's your answer for that one. So I'm going to solve these other two on a different page. And I'm going to stop the video. It's getting kind of long.